Open yourself to the unknowable, to what is unfamiliar to you, so that the energy of what you need in order to be whole can flow into you. Hi everyone, it's Christine, your emotion coach. We are on journal number 9. This was from May 30th, 2008. I am a highly sensitive. I've been making this video journal while I'm recording my journals from the past, I don't even know, several 20-something years, because I want to share my path and hopefully light up your path with it, make you feel less alone on your path, and let you know that someone else is here, that someone else has gone through it, is going through it, and just the insights and the wonderful help that I have gotten along the way. This one is a fairly lengthy journal, so I'm not going to be saying much about it, but stick around to the end. It gets really good. This is kind of I use journaling as such a great tool of how to get myself into a better feeling space. And if you follow Abraham Hicks' work, this is what it's all about, right? Getting yourself consistently into a better feeling space. So this journal really starts out with me kind of rambling, talking about what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. A really neat kind of meeting that I had with a stranger that left me with a beautiful insight. I talk about a session that I did with an energy healer. I would say I would counter as that, kind of somebody who would guide me, right? A guide in my life. And then I finished this journal with something that I've been doing for a long time when I'm kind of really feeling stuck in my life or need some certainty, some reassurance, something to help uplift me and feel like I'm in the right place, I'm moving forward. I ask my angels and guides for help with the help of card decks. So I will pull a couple of different cards, and gosh, most of the time they are so spot on. And so I've written a couple of those quotes down, which might also be perfect for what you're going through. You came across this video for a reason, right? So before we dive in, I just want to say one more quick thing. If you haven't downloaded my free guide, I created a beautiful video series and a little checklist on the 3 most valuable, most important things for any highly sensitive. So if you're curious what I think are the most important 3 things for any highly sensitive to know about, to have, to possess, to gain the tools on, download that guide. It is free. It'll put you on my email list, which means I get to connect with you every week when I send you some personal stories, some HSP insights, anything that I'm going through that makes me go, maybe you're struggling with that too. Let me share how I'm getting through this. Anyway, I would love to have you on. I would love to connect. Let's get to journal number 9, May 30th, 2008. I have been feeling quiet and peaceful over the past 2 days. I feel like I'm finding inner peace. I'm being fully present in life without having to say a word. I am watching the world while still being deeply within myself. Last night, as I was driving to Sam's house, my boyfriend's house, I almost did not want to go. His busy, energetic nature can be a little disturbing to my gentle, quiet nature. Oftentimes, he throws me off balance and pulls me back down to reality. I feel like he does not truly understand my heart and soul, yet I don't make the effort for him to understand because I feel most vulnerable with him. The way he shows interest is by asking many questions, yet the way he asks is unsettling to me. I feel attacked and judged by him, yet he himself is very vulnerable to what I think of him. I want to just be able to be with him, to spend time together. In silence and in love, without words, we feel the love for each other. The world stands still around us. Nothing else exists except this moment. We look into each other's eyes. We gently touch our fingertips. Nothing needs to be said. Everything is felt, understood, timeless. We need to find a different connection to each other besides sex. Maybe this is why I have been dealing with health issues. To find a different connection to my partner and to find a belief in my own self-worth. I used to concentrate on male attention and only found myself as worthy as they pegged me. In return, I would give myself to them wholeheartedly, and this was the only way I would truly feel spiritually connected with them. I want my partner to understand me without words, for him to feel what and how I feel, and vice versa. I want a deep, soulful, spiritual connection. I'm also getting ready for my appointment with Pamela for deep integration. I listened to the tape with the medical intuitive Mona Lisa. She sounds a bit judgmental, and I'm not sure if she's reading me with her heart or her mind. But there were some profound things she said. Your third chakra is all bound up because you're trying to base your career choice on what others think of you. You're sensitive to what men and others in general think of you. And she also told me that I'm in a position again where I could base or limit my decisions for the future on a male. And she said that I'm still looking for support and approval from my father, and that's it, and that it's never going to happen. I suppose this is still a touchy subject, since I remember how loved I felt as a child. I was so close to my dad. I brought smiles to his face. He braided my hair. He carried me. He pushed me up the hill on my bike. He came to check on me before he went to sleep, taking my stuffed animal and moving it to the other side of the bed. I guess the older we get, the more independent we become, the less time we demand of our parents. I know my father still loves me, even though he appears much more judgmental and realistic. An aside, while eating at Casa de Luz, there's this woman who sat down at the table with me. She seems hectic, busy, uncareful, and unconscious of her actions, forcefully pushing her plate aside or clinging her silverware and chewing in haste and anguish. At first, I become slightly irritated with her busy energy and feel my energy retracting within myself. But then something miraculous happened. With love, my energy expanded again, and the thoughts came into my mind. Why should I retract my energy and fear taking her negative energy on when I can choose to expand my loving energy and let it flood over her to lend her peace, love, and happiness? What a profound message. And then she turns and speaks to me, and she says, I don't mean to seem rude and disturbing. I know you are immersed in your own stuff, but I'm over here dealing with my own things as well. And I smiled and told her how profound it has been to journal my thoughts and feelings. Then I had to quickly finish my lunch and get to my appointment. I later wished I could have done more for her. I should have asked her if she was okay, if she needed someone to talk to. I should have laid a hand on her shoulder and told her that everything will be okay. I later went back to give her my card and offer her a free massage, but she was no longer there. I wish I could thank her for this beautiful lesson she taught me. Thank you. My inquiry with Pamela. It was an interesting process speaking with her, telling her about the issues I have been dealing with, mainly about finishing college and looking for the next step, and issues with my dad and about my partnership. I don't know if she said much. It was more a getting to know me session. We also did an exercise she called voice dialogue. It's all about having different selves and personality traits. Some of these make up your primary self, and others lie outside of that and sometimes get disowned and can show up in other people and make us mad. So this process is all about collecting these disowned energies and transforming and loving them into higher vibrations. So we decided to talk to my angry self. So she asked me if she could speak to my angry self. I agreed. I got up and moved to the third chair in the room to a place where I wanted to sit, and we talked about Christine in the third person. So then came up that my angry self is only wanting to help and protect me and give me strength. It feels that anger is the best defense to an attack, and that anger is the most powerful emotion in the current mindset to collect strength. My angry self wants to keep me from wasting my time with petty things, and it helps me to feel powerful and shake off unwanted negative influences. It was a quite new way of looking at the parts of myself and loving each of these parts. Earlier this morning, I did a quick chakra yoga and asked my angels some questions. Here are their answers via cards. The angels say that romance springs from falling in love with life itself. When you let the angels awaken this love within you, you naturally attract and experience more romantic love in your relationships. Clearly decide what you desire in your love life. Affirm, it is safe for me to love and be loved. It is safe for me to love and be loved. An angel card I had drawn 2 nights prior. What do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. This card comes to you because you've been waiting for external signs of what you should do next. The angels say that the answer comes from inside of you. You must decide what you want before anything can change. Carve out time to meditate upon your true heart's desires and know that you deserve the best, as we all do. Release any guilt or fear regarding asking for what you want. I also drew a few cards from my power deck. I asked, what will help me gain strength to remain in my center and not be disturbed easily? Card, strength. The person who upsets you most in your life is one of your best teachers. If that person can get inside your head, turn you around, and confuse you, you know that you still don't understand what you are doing. You need more strength. Learn by seeing that your life is a teaching. Like the red lotus healing its pain and inner solitude, gain strength from entering your wounds and learn from them. Card, unknown. Open yourself to the unknowable, to what is unfamiliar to you, so that the energy of what you need in order to be whole can flow into you. When you think of yourself as an entity separate from power, you will obstruct the current and power will defeat you. Identify the form of power you want, what you want to accomplish, build, create, or be, and become that, so that there is no separating you. Card, courage. Perhaps it is identification with objects and clinging to addictions that keeps you feeling separate and keeps you from finding the source of your power. Addictions like fear of failure, the need for approval, or fear of desertion. Discover your own power and meaning by having the courage to give up your addictions. Then live your power with courage. that was journal number 9. I hope you enjoyed it. It was quite a long one. What do you think of this? When I reread this, I had forgotten that they counted as an addiction to like fear of failure, or an addiction to how you're feeling in the moment. If you're always reaching for anger, or if you're consistently in anxiety or in overwhelm. Oh, overwhelm has been a big one for me over the years. Is there something that you're continuously reaching for, not consciously, but you're kind of defaulting to? And it is so interesting to think of it as an addiction, right? If you think of it as an addiction, it's like, Joey Dispenza talks about this, how we become addicted to kind of what's been normal for us, right? We become addicted to the same thoughts that we think over and over again, which elicit particular emotions, and your body gets addicted. Our bodies gets addicted to that particular emotion that is elicited by the same things every single day. It is so interesting to think of it as an addiction and to be like, ooh, well, now that I'm awake, now that I'm aware of it, now I can change it. The other thing I wanted to say about this journal was that encounter with this woman at this restaurant that I go to. I don't go to a lot of restaurants, but this is a restaurant that is macrobiotic food. And it's just a lot of like big wooden tables inside and outside. And it's usually very quiet, very serene atmosphere. I go there to write. I go there to hang out, just to kind of feel at ease. And so it was very unusual to have such an encounter with a woman who had that kind of energy. And it was also interesting that she obviously picked up on how this was impacting me, but it was such a beautiful lesson for me. This was really, a lesson that everything that is on your path can truly serve you. And it did, because initially it really made me mad. I'm like, I'm coming here for peace and quiet. I'm trying to prepare myself emotionally for the session I'm just about to have. And I can't with you acting like this next to me. And then I had this beautiful image in my head of my energy retracting, like we do so often as highly sensitives. We feel like everyone else's energy is invading our energy field, but be aware, what are you doing with your own energy field? Because if you have fortified your own energy field with love, with openness, with expansion, with confidence, with knowing who you are, with being tuned in to your higher self, to infinite source, to power, to having everything that you desire right here, right now. If your energy field is rich with that other energy really can't get in. If you see somebody else in that kind of downward spiral that she was going through, it's not going to be agitation. You probably won't even meet up with this person, but if you do, then you're just meant to help them on their path. Why? Hi, kitty. Why should I be the one who adjusts my energy when I'm the one holding the higher frequency, right? Abraham Hicks always says, don't meet them on that lower vibration. Have them come up to you, right? Like this playful kitty cat, right? Kind of teasing me to get up into a more playful place here. That has been a big teaching for me, that, you remember and forget, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, yes, I just revisited it not too long ago when my kiddo pulls me out of that space of like serenity, peace, calm, love, because he's grumpy, or because he doesn't want to do something, or because he's just being loud and boisterous like a kiddo should be. And I'm just like, oh, it's been a long day. I'm already on that lower vibration, so it's not hard to pull me way further down. But then I just have to remember, dominate the vibration. Dominate the vibration. Why would I meet him down at grouchiness or anger or I don't want to do this, when I can meet him, when he can, I can inspire him to come up to playfulness, to ease, to let's just get this done. Let's be happy about it. Let's be joyful about it. Let's be passionate about whatever we're going to choose to do. You can be the one who streams out, right? What are you streaming out? Don't be so afraid of taking on other people's stuff when you have this force field around you, this force field of love. All these negative things would have to go through your energy field of love, of acceptance, of non-judgment, of ease, of playfulness, of passion, of creativity, of joy, of bliss, of excitement. What is it that you can stream out so you can hold your own space? Just a little something to give you to think about until we see each other again soon for journal number 10. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to be sharing these journals with you. I'll see you soon.